Hello and welcome to Gnarnia, the show that's here to bring you your weekly extreme sports fix. I'm Alex March.
And I'm Sam Dedman. On today's show, we'll be talking to our special guest, Curtis Stefan, in the studio about the world of outdoor rock climbing.
We've also got our resident guinea pig, who this week has been trying his luck at this week's skate challenge.
And as always, we have all the latest new clips, tips and tricks to keep you up to speed with the global extreme sports scene.
But first, our main feature today. The sport of climbing is well known and has been around for decades, the biggest thrill for those who like getting to extreme heights.
What's about when those heights get to you? We'll be talking to Curtis to find out in just a minute, but first, here's a short clip to show him in action.
Curtis, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Good to meet you.
How's it going? So, the gist of this is that you are a man who is afraid of heights.
Indeed.
And you climb very big heights.
Yep.
So, which really seems like
doesn't really
work.
They're not
Yeah.
two things you commonly associate doing together.
So I guess the real question is, how do you start climbing when you're scared of heights? What happens in your head to think, you know what, yeah, I'm going to put
Didn't think of that first of all, as it happens. I actually, my friend, he goes to Sussex University and he climbs, and I kept seeing photos and videos on Facebook, and I just decided, you know what, I really want to do it.
Inspired by all that media content, that rich media.
Climb some rocks.
I want to climb some rocks.
Yeah, and so then you join the club.
Yeah.
And then so there's you, obviously at the bottom of a wall for the first time.
Yep.
You're tied in. You've got this behemoth of a
Yep.
vertical, ascent above you. What's running through your mind?
Probably things we can't say on air.
Yeah. That too. Yeah,
the
definitely
PC
that.
version is,
Yes.
Oh, bother.
Yes. Oh, bother.
Oh,
no. Well, first of all, it was at the St Mary's Wall. That's only about 10 to 12 metres high, I think it is.
But still, first time.
Yeah.
I know it's not huge,
But
first time.
I mean, it's a general rule of thumb. So say like the climbs at St Mary's are about 10 to 12 metres. It's a general rule of thumb of climbing that when you get to the top of a wall and look down, it's basically double what it looks like.
Yeah.
So really it looks like it's about 20 metres because you're up there and it's just this drop going down. And so
Just don't want to move.
You just grab off dear life. It's when you realise when you're up there and then you realise you're being held in like by a single rope. Like you've tied yourself.
Exactly.
You're
yourself.
thinking, I have to trust
Like in the
myself.
video, you can actually see me having a look at the knot. I'm like, are you sure this is right? Is this
You
going
do
to
just sort
hold
of hold
me?
the knot in your hand and think, this is holding my life together.
Yes, literally. Terrifying feeling.
literally on a lifeline. Literally on a lifeline. And that's what the fun is. I mean, what's even great is, of course, because we went to Spain with you, obviously, to filming
That's what the video was about,
on the big walls. And of course, by big walls, we're talking about 30, 40, maybe 50 metre high, massive behemoth rocks, huge, great big things. And which is great because, of course, you get to the top of them and you've got two rusty bolts in the rock, which look really, really encouraging. There's you and yourself tied in rope. I mean, because obviously St Mary's is small, but
it's a lot of trust in yourself.
Outdoor climbing, how did you find that for the first time? The big walls,
Of course, we can't say the word.
The several words.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying, yeah. It's
It's a whole sort of different ballgame when you get there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also because, it's good in a way as well, though, because you've got so much more to work with. In the climbing centre, St Mary's, for example, the holds are coloured. You're only going one way. But other than that, it is really interesting. It's terrifying, but really interesting, especially when you can see, if they're really sharp, for example. If you're looking at a wall when it's like really flat and there's only about, you have to crimp to hold on to this wall, and it's terrifying, but it's really a lot more interesting.
It's exhilarating.
Everybody loves a good crimp. It's great because we're doing slabs out there. Now slab climbing is all about like tentative footwork.
Yeah. And finger holds.
On the tip of your toes and on the tip of your fingers. Because the only thing holding you up.
Where you're not having to hold on for dear life on a sheer drop, you have basically a hold about that big. Yeah, for your foot. Just, the slightest pressure.
It's when you hang on your fingers like that.
That I can't do.
I mean, then you've got to pull your tie weight on your
it's
2
the 3 fingers that you can do, but I think 2 fingers and 1 finger is probably too early.
and so you started in September, didn't you?
Yep.
So
September.
do you feel like it's been big progression for you?
Definitely.
And you'd recommend to people with a fear of heights, climbing is a good way to overcome.
Without a doubt.
Throw yourself in the deep end.
Well, fair play to you for overcoming your fear of heights and getting up those massive walls. And
exactly.
if anyone wants to give it a go, just give it a go.
Give it a go.
It's the most balancing challenging sport. Do it.
So we'll be catching up with Kurt later on to go 1-on-1 in today's game.
But now it's time to catch up with Chaz, who this week has been taking a crash course in skateboarding.
Let's see how he got on.
So Nick's going to be showing me how to do a trick today. What exactly are you going to show me?
So I'm going to show you how to do an ollie.
An ollie?
Yes.
Okay, so what's an ollie?
Basically,
for those who don't know.
It consists of popping your board up and then sliding your front foot up, and then it levels out your board and you technically doing a jump.
Sort of jump off the ground?
Yes.
I see.
That's correct.
Nick's just showed me how to do the ollie. I've not actually had a proper go yet, but I'm going to have about 10 attempts to see if I can do it or not.
How's it going?
Yes, good. Long to see you. Good to see you.
Welcome back. And so we're just still there, skating. How that was for you?
It was a lot harder than I thought.
So you thought it was going to be easy?
I didn't think it'd be easy, but I just didn't think it'd be that hard.
Theoretically, you see a board, you see someone ollie, and you think, it's just going up.
I can get on the board and I can jump.
Yeah,
basically.
There's so much. You've got to remember to push it down and jump in the air and land it without falling over. And yeah, it was hard.
Without gravity taking place, without physics happening, and all that sort of stuff, and ending up on your face on the ground.
Exactly.
So that there was actually, we've just seen your very first time on a skateboard.
That's the first time I ever set foot on a skateboard.
The first time you got on a skateboard and it's being filmed for a TV show.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like a little bit of pressure. It's okay.
It's good, isn't it?
But in general, like skateboarding terms, how was it for your first time of being on a skateboard?
It was challenging, but it was fun.
Yeah. So you had a good time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
And I mean, and credit too, because technically you did manage to get the board off the ground.
There was definitely a couple of times where all wheels were off the ground.
Exactly.
You have
at the same time.
He has technically passed the challenge.
He gave it a go.
Exactly.
You have technically done. You won.
Exactly.
You won.
Passed.
You've won everything. It's fine. It's okay. But I mean, but great on you. But the thing is, like, would you think you would now take it up properly? Having had that first.
Could you see yourself going out and get yourself a board and just give it a go?
I don't know. I'd definitely have a go again.
Yeah.
But whether it's something I'd get into sort of as a hobby, I don't know.
Do you reckon you'd want more practice before you started getting into it?
Definitely, yeah.
Is there big falls during that?
Yeah. Did you have any sort of comedic banana peel slips?
There were a couple of times that I did fall off. And
are we talking like dramatic, like hands in the
arms
air?
in the air, fall
board
over,
flies
across.
Full on starfish as the board just flies off and hits a pram.
Shoots a torpedo and just hits a small child.
Yeah. As it should be. I mean, we've all had our fair share of accidents. That's always skating fun.
I think it's kind of like a rite of passage where you have to have one sort of major injury on the skateboard.
You have to have one major injury and then end up with one major scar. Really, to be fair, it's a rite of passage. It has to happen. I've done my arm in down here, coming off a longboard, going
Oh,
downhill.
yeah, you just get scaps everywhere. It's just kind of the whole
Your
point.
day will come.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that.
The day
forward to
comes
it,
like
it's
when
okay,
you
it's-
fall off a skateboard and then you're just covered in like cuts and bruises on your arms, maybe a bone sticking out or something. You
Yeah.
think, you know what, I've made it as a skater. I am here. I can call myself a professional now.
And even better if it's on film. If
Oh,
you're
yeah.
saying that now, if it's on video, then that is an absolute win and it's great. So,
That's always a fantastic thing to watch.
and so obviously this time next year,
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah, who
Front
knows?
of fascia, you never know, could happen. It's
Doing all these skating competitions. We could see you up there, it's the world #1.
Watch out.
We can watch and see what happens.
you and a cheeky little hand plant inside of a bowl, just it could happen. Could happen
But
by all means.
obviously, because skating relies a lot on balance, next week obviously is going to be a lot more
Oh,
involving with the
you
balance.
are going to have fun next week, and you'll find out about that later on. But
But fun and games aside, now it's time for this week's showdown.
ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
It's time for us to put it all on the line.
It's time to get serious. The one is always good. Here we go. So, this week's game, Curtis, back on the sofa in our sports corner. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Is this a game which you are familiar with at all? Did you used to play it as a kid?
No.
Even better. That's fantastic. It's only a crash course, but that doesn't matter.
Yep.
So, pick a battleground. Which one is looking like something which you could go with?
Chicago.
We're going to go with Chicago. There it is, Chicago. So the way this is going to work, trick attack, 2 minutes. Highest score wins. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I like your attitude. So, for those at home, I am on the right-hand side and Curtis is on the left. And of course, you know exactly what you're doing with the controls.
Other way around, mate.
Other way around. That other way around. That's what I meant. I meant left, and you're right. That's yeah. I can do directions. Shit.
Oh.
So you're not really familiar with the game, are you? So
No.
are the controls making sense? Do you
More
need
or
a crash
less.
course taste? More or less. That's fun. I mean, that's
You know, it's when you do the trick and you fall on your ass.
yeah, that one. That
And
really
it
amazing.
bleeds.
Yeah, exactly. It's,
That's a bit of
if you do that trick, you just win. It's just straight up. You forget the screws. So I mean, because
I'm getting there.
Presumably, you're a kid from the PlayStation 2 generation.
Yes.
So I mean, so did you ever used to play? Because obviously there's this game, Tony Hawk's, and then there was the SSX games as well, which were the really fun.
That was.
Was
I
that
a big
your
fan
game?
of
Yeah, because
that,
I was a Tony Hawk's kid.
Yeah. Because snowboarding,
Yeah.
I think snowboarding I actually love. I mean, I do snowboard occasionally as well.
Because I remember my cousin lent me SSX, and it was one of these games that you love the one time you play it, and then you never play it again.
No. Oh God, I could play that forever.
I never picked it up, but I mean, SSX was also fun. Because there was another one as well. Did the game called Downhill Domination ever?
No, I'm afraid.
It was basically SSX with mountain biking, and it was the most fun I think I've ever had in PlayStation console ever. Incredible. I've got it on emulation on my PC now, and it's incredible. I love it.
Did you ever play CTR?
What was that?
CTR.
CTR.
Crash Team Racing.
Crash Team Racing. See again, driving games. Love them. Driving
amazing.
games are where I was born and bred. So, you know. Next week on the show. Good to have. Yeah. Things I'll just win then. That's, modesty, obviously, as always, but still, just saying. So you really should have got CTR on this. That would have been great.
That would have been incredible.
But
I would win. I would win.
You say that.
Nah.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
That game.
Oh, that was in the crotch. That was painful.
Oh, you're not doing as well, are you?
Hey, I'm doing just fine. Okay, it's not as. There we go. Look at that cheap little manual. It's okay. There we go.
Not bad.
That seemed like quite the thrilling competition.
That was quite the thrilling competition.
So, Alex, you on the left, weren't you?
That was me indeed.
So I think it might be safe to say you might have clinched the win.
I might have clinched.
Just about.
Good old Pete Rod only got
The
10,000.
small margin of 20,000 points, but I might have just clinched it.
To be fair, you're getting it. You gave it a good go.
But look, it was a good game.
Fair play to all of you for giving that a go, but hopefully one day someone will beat Alex. But
One day.
to believe now, that is all the time we have for on today's show.
Thanks to Curtis for joining us today, and thanks to Chaz for being as sporting as ever, along with you guys watching at home.
We'll see you next time on Gnarnia, where we have a specialist insight into the world of wakeboarding.
And Chaz will be braving the trampolines in the name of good sportsmanship. But until then, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Stay safe.
Adios.
See you later.